Another job I have is I'm an esthetician. I'm a licensed esthetician. And I tell people that and they're like, oh my God, you give people like the gas before surgery. That's a really important job. I'm like, let me stop you right there. I wax vaginas for a living. That's anesthesiologist. I'm an esthetician. Vaginas. I should get paid more, but I don't. So yeah, I've seen all sorts of vaginas, right? I've seen black ones, white ones, big ones, small ones. I've seen pregnant ones. Yeah, that shit's scary. I had a friend 8.5 months pregnant. She wanted a final wax. Gotta look good for the doctor, I guess, right? Yep. I realized something when you wax a pregnant woman. The baby does not a likey. Let's just say that her big round stomach turned into like 2 humps of a camel's back. It was like hill, valley, hill. I was like, dude, this is weird. I felt like Sigourney Weaver was over me and like an alien was gonna pop out. I saw like this like fist kind of like skinning. Her skin got so, oh my God. Her skin, it got so thin that I saw this like little, fuck yeah. Oh my God, sorry. I was getting worked up. It was very scary. So I said, you need to get up. Just stand up. This is not a good position. Like I had her lay weird. So I had her squat. And I literally got on all fours like I was Cinderella. And I got underneath her and I started waxing her vagina. And I was like, oh my God, her water could break on my face. She really could have. Which would have been a better story. It would have. But I was really realizing in that moment how underappreciated I was. I was like, you know what? When you guys drive around and you see those really rich homes and you see those gorgeous yards with those beautiful trim bushes, everyone's always like, oh my God, they have like a really good landscaper. Do you know how much landscapers get paid? They get paid a lot more than me, right? So I feel like just when you're down on your ladies and they're looking really trim, they're looking nice, they got a nice tree row or they got no row, just remember that they have a phenomenal landscaper out there, like moi. So, you're welcome. Thank you. I think that does need an all-around applause, because we're very underappreciated. Thank you. Thank you. It's hard work. But you know what? It's amazing that I went into the vagina business, because, like, growing up in the Midwest, we didn't, like, talk about our vaginas. We didn't, like, have sex ed. Like, we didn't talk about that stuff like you guys do here. Like, I remember my friend Vicky and I growing up, her dad definitely didn't want to talk about sex education. He was like, had a beard down to his belly button. He was an Indian biker dude. And he's like, let me see, how am I going to tell these girls about femininity, their bodies? I know. I'm going to buy a Safety Kids video hosted by Fonzie. Fonzie was by his motorcycle, was like, hey kids, I'm going to talk about your bodies. And I was like, okay. And then they hired a pedophile mustache dude to sit on a swing set with a guitar and sing about penises and vulvas and like breasts and anuses and stuff, just so you knew you had the right words, right? And I'm like, okay, this is really scary. It's a sing-along. I still know these songs to this day. But the song that still really weirds me out is there was a song like this. I'm gonna tell you. There are 3 kinds of touches, this we know. A heart, a question mark, and no. No means stop. Heart means go. Question mark means I don't know. What is an I don't know? I don't know. That's how date rape happens. Okay? That song should have been like, question mark is also a no. And I was at this baby shower, of course. A baby shower. And so my best friend's having a baby, and her husband, his dad was at the shower. He's like 72, wears an eye patch. This dude is a serious motherfucker, right? And so like, he's there, and all of us were chatting with him, and this guy, you do not fuck with him. He comes from like this little hodonk horse town of Earlville, Illinois, and like he shoots the horses no one can shoot. Your horse is sick, your horse like broke its leg, Ron's your guy, man. Call Ron, he will shoot your horse. He even admitted, this man, he even admitted that they had puppies. His dog had a huge litter when the kids were growing up, and he's like, well, I couldn't take care of them, and I couldn't sell them, so I went out back, and I shot all 10 puppies. And we're like, holy shit. So we just found out that Ron, this is at the shower, we found out that Ron got bucked off a horse a few weeks back. So he got flung off, this old dude with his eye patch. And me and some friends walk up, we're like, Ron, how you feeling? He got bucked off that horse. And he's like, yeah, I'm not doing so well, broke some ribs. And we're like, did you shoot him? I mean, we figured, come on, this horse, all the things he's done, clearly he shot this horse. He goes, nah, no, it wasn't his fault. We walked over a big old hole full of snakes. It wasn't his fault.
All my family back at home, they have these ridiculous, unrealistic expectations of my acting career. Everybody, of course. And so last week, I called my grandpa to see how he's doing. He had this minor surgery, and I'm like, Grandpa, oh, you know, how are you doing, or how are you feeling? Jackie, oh, I'm fine. Listen, so, have you been in like a commercial or a movie yet? Well, Grandpa, I was an extra last week in a student film. And he's like, what? An extra? Can you please call me back when you get like a line on NCIS or something? He's like, my girlfriend's granddaughter is a doctor. Extra? What can I do with extra? I mean, how am I supposed to get laid in the retirement home with you just being an extra? I was like, okay. So yesterday I had a commercial audition, and I was like, okay, I must get this part because apparently my grandpa's sex life is really hanging in the balance on my career here. All right, thank you guys so much.